stay internal and should not become something that we just throw around because it can jeopardize what we're trying to achieve and what we've also achieved. And to me, the reason why I want to sit here is because there's a lot of things that I want to make clear. I haven't gone on social media. I haven't responded in an unprofessional way. I refuse to. And yesterday I just felt that, the minister was right in releasing his statement and not allowing it to get too wild and too crazy. I think that was the right decision, and I think for me right now, it's the right decision because after I leave here, I don't want things circling around, and I don't want to go on social media to answer things. And I think for us as a nation, it just doesn't look good where we have something positive that we are achieving, but we have a lot of misinformation and people are posting and saying things that are unnecessary, and it's only making us look bad because it is our people that are posting because they're passionate and they're appreciative of everything that we've achieved. So let's not take that away. Also, for the players that achieved this amazing historic achievement, we should not take that away. Right now should be time where the nation is celebrating while we are on our road to the Olympics. That's a huge achievement, and it's the first time. And let's not look back and see that as something that we didn't do it the right way. So for me, I want to be respectful, and I want to just answer questions and put those things out there. Also, I think for the office, I addressed something yesterday that I want to make clear again. Our office has not been dysfunctional at all. I think that it's clear to say that there's individuals that did not get along and there's individuals that said things. But as an office, let's not take that away from the individuals that are actually working in the office that have nothing to do with what's going on. They've done their work. We've achieved a lot of successful things inside the country and outside the country. When I look back now, I said it from the start that my main goal was for us to win, to change the narrative, and for us to be known for basketball. But when I look back for the last 3 years, even though it hasn't been easy, we've achieved a lot of things at home also. And we're going to start posting more of that so people are aware of that. So we're not just thinking that it's just the national team. I think it's fair to say that we do have a number of kids or players that have gone abroad, whether they went to a scholarship or they're playing for teams, whether it's in Europe, whether it's in the Middle East, or whether it's in the US. Those things we want to start posting so people know that we are trying hard till our basketball develop internally to help all these players that deserve. And a lot of them are going abroad, and it's not just basketball, they're also studying and getting scholarships. Those are things that we want to start posting alongside with what other people are doing in the basketball community. I also want to talk about being able to take boys and girls team, not just in South Sudan, but to be able to go to the neighboring country, such as Tanzania, Rwanda, Uganda, and so on, all the neighboring countries. We've been able to do that as a federation, and that's also a huge achievement. We've been able to refurbish and build basketball courts in different states. That's also an achievement, and it's not just, we are using basketball rims that can last for a long time with systems that, whether you're dunking and are using them, these are NBA and FIBA approved basketball rims. So we look forward for those to last for a long time. So, there's so many things that I could say. We just finished the Peace Tournament in Nairobi, where the SG is right now, and that tournament is sponsored by the Federation. We also have another tournament coming up in Uganda, which is the All Janubin tournament coming up very soon. Beyond borders is what we are calling it, but these are South Sudanese communities that are playing basketball that we want to reach out to. So I wanted to take this opportunity to highlight all those things because everybody knows the success of the national team and what we've achieved, but those things are not being highlighted because they are being taken away because of personal issues directly to me, things that are being said directly to me, but we are an office and a federation. This is not, a Luol Deng company or those two individuals that I've yet to say names, and I actually should be saying their names so everybody knows them, but this is not about me and them. This is about basketball, and it's about the basketball community. And I think as a basketball community, we need to start taking responsibility to understand that we're trying to build something for the youth. We're not trying to create something where it's personal and we are ruining it for everybody else. The reason why we are chosen for the office there and what we are doing is to develop a game of basketball and provide a game of basketball to the best of our ability. So at the end of the day, if there's no results, there should be questions, but there shouldn't be questions when you're achieving, so many results. Those questions should go on, but they should not affect the game of basketball, and that's really what matters. Right now, as the minister said, our federation will continue to work, and we would not look at this as a break for us to just relax till the election comes. We want to increase our efforts. For example, right now, as the minister announced it yesterday, we want to start a basketball league this Friday. And I know, there's a lot of issues and a lot of disagreements within the country itself, but I want those things to be resolved on the side while basketball is going on. I think when you really sit down and think about it, basketball should never stop. Basketball should continue. And those, I'm not saying to ignore any disagreements or anything, but we should not hurt the players and we should not hurt the growth of the game, but also for our own sake, for FIBA, the Olympics, and every other governing body, they need to see that basketball is functioning in South Sudan. I hope that covers a lot of things when it comes to basketball, and I know you guys have a lot of other questions, but the reason why we are here today is for me to clear things up. I'm not here to stir things up or make any wrongful accusation or any rumors or anything. I just want to put end to things so it comes directly from me. I don't want to keep going on social media and seeing the information that are not real and are not true. It's not right, and it shouldn't be allowed to keep going on. So this is why I'm here today.
Okay, thank you, President Luol. We'll open the floor for questions now. When you're ready, let me know. Yes,
Of course,
Kelly.
of course you're ready.
Yeah, thank you. Kelly Abali from Juba Eco TV. Question number one. You instituted an investigative committee to investigate the two gentlemen, and I think you've given a 10 days period for the report to be submitted to you. Up to today, we haven't gotten what was the outcome of the investigation.
Yes.
So kindly, would you mind giving us the outcome of the investigation that was done? Number two, you said there's a league that is starting on Friday.
Yes.
This Friday.
Yes.
Which league is that? Maybe you clarify on that also.
Good question.
And then others will come.
Yeah, no, very good question. First, the committee that we put together obviously did have the results, and those results were shared with the minister, with the former minister. And I think what we'll do now is share those results with the minister now while the time for the election is coming. I think it's fair that he does have time to go over everything. And I like the way, the direction the minister's taken. The minister, and I'm talking about the new minister is not really trying to get caught up in everything that's been going on. But it's fair for him to see in a way, in a fair manner of what's been taking place. I think the committee has all the information. We have all the information, and those are things that we will provide with the minister. And it's not my right to just come out and throw, results out and what happened. I just know for a fact that there is evidence of things that have been done. The committee have made their decision that does favor the decision that I went with. So, for me, I don't want to keep dwelling on that again. Those informations are all there. We'll pass it to the minister, and if he wants to show it publicly, he can do that. But that should not be my call. It should not be our federation's call. We did what we believed is right, and I did what I believe for the federation to move forward. I had to take action in that way. There was just no stability in what we were doing, and it would have affected everything that we've achieved. So again, this was not a rational decision that I just made overnight. This is looking over things. For the tournament, I shouldn't say league, I'm sorry, I apologize. This will be a basketball league. What we're trying to cover is this. People have to understand, and this is something I love about FIBA. FIBA, in order for national teams to be ranked, boys and girls, and for the country to be ranked, FIBA pushes federation to induct tournaments and games, such as 3-on-3 and the tournament that we are providing. Those are all points. And why I like that system is because it pushes federation into doing something. And as I explained to the minister, and I'm explaining to everyone, it's important that we know that all these tournaments, they count for the federation, they count for the ranking of South Sudan basketball. So we want to keep on inducting those. And it's also important that everyone understands that. So when we have disagreements, we should resolve things on the side and continue and allow basketball to continue. So we will call this a tournament. We will not call it a league. We don't want anyone to think that we are trying to take over their league or anything. This is just work that the federation wants to do to support those players, boys and girls, that are just around and wait until issues between people are resolved. And I think this is something that the whole of basketball community should agree with. We are not here to steal or take anybody's league or time. We know that we can provide resources for a tournament to continue right now, and that's the whole goal of it. So it will be the teams that want to play. We wrote a letter to teams. We invite all teams to play. I think that all teams should play. For us and for the federation, those teams that don't want to play, we'll try to understand their reasoning, but also we have to move forward with those teams that want to play and individuals that want to support players in this country. Other than that, I have no issues with individuals that want to state why they're unhappy and so on. That will continue to happen, but basketball has to continue, and that's our main goal.
We're going to put out an official announcement regarding the tournament. You'll have details, pictures, and anything that we need to know immediately after this press conference. Yes.
Thank you. My name is Young Josh from Urban Radio. I just wanted to know, you mentioned some great achievements. I feel like some of them maybe you're looking forward to achieve them. Right now, my question to you is next year's, elections. I just wanted to know whether you're going to be part of it, or you vacate that seat to someone that you probably recommend.
Yes. No, I'm definitely going to be a part of it. I think for me, I'm going to push very hard to prepare for the election either way. I think it's my duty and it's the federation duty that we help the minister as much as possible. I think that we communicate with every state, with everybody that's involved in the election. That's our duty as a federation. Set it up, and I think for me, I've achieved, as a federation, we've achieved a lot of things that a lot of people didn't expect. I think my next, if I was to be elected or if I was not to be elected, I really want to focus on a lot of work that we need to achieve inside South Sudan. I think the first 4 years, as up and down as it's been, and mostly it's been up. It's just been, the issues on the side. But to be honest, I can say that I've learned a lot. There's a lot that we didn't get right, I didn't get right, and there's a lot that we got right. I think for me, this was something that after retirement was very new to me. I was always used to, having the ball in my hand and having to score. Switching over to this, it's been, a lot of challenges, but it's also been a lot of excitement at the same time, and we've learned a lot. So, for me to run again is on the purpose of, I see South Sudan as bigger than what people see. I think some people might be just happy that we are number one and so on, but at the end of the day, when you look at, Angola, when you look at Nigeria and so on, Angola dominated for, almost 17 years of Afrobasket. Tunisia went 4 years. Like, there's so many things that we need to accomplish that we need to realize. One, we have a good national team and we've done well. But if you look at basketball, it has so many opportunities that could offer so many people here. And I think we need to realize, that we have something amazing. And at the end of the day, we have the talent, and talent is what's gonna, change everybody's life. All these kids, they have that talent. So we need to realize and come together and just, put all these silly issues on the side and realize, are we building basketball, or are we trying to, break each other down and hold everybody back? So for me, I don't think basketball is in a place here where it can keep going smoothly, and I think we can, we can get it there all together by working together.
By the name Deng, that's my name, a freelance journalist. My question is the first one. Is there any plan of organizing a tournament like for the state sub-local, let me just say the state local federations? Then secondly, as a president, because sometimes they say it is you who is there to mandate or to authorize, when is the campaign kicking off? Because some people wish to vie for some position in or to start contesting. When is it starting?
Yeah, to answer your first question, I think what we've done in the past couple of years is, outside of Juba in the States, the challenge has been the basketball courts and facility. I think that, there's a lot of courts that we refurbish, like I said earlier, and rebuild. And I think we're in, constant communication with the states federations and states association, in organizing tournaments. There should be a tournament hopefully this week in Lake State, and there should be a tournament elsewhere. It's very difficult right now to bring teams in from other states, and I think this next 4 years, hopefully the goal, whether it's in the first year or second year, of whoever comes in, I would really encourage them that, we start thinking about, building facilities where, my vision is this: if we can build 4 indoor or maybe 5 facilities, and kind of follow the way BAL is, the league. And what I mean by that is, 1 week or 2 weeks you should be, in a different state. You fly the teams there. I think the community comes out and watches basketball. And then another week you go to you come back, you take a break, then you go to another state. And I think if you conduct it that way, I see that as the future of basketball in Africa. I think it would be very difficult to fly a country as big as South Sudan, to fly, every weekend or every other day from state to state. I think we're far from that. But what we can do is, think about, building better courts, better arena where individuals or teams can fly to that state, allow the community there, the basketball community and outside of state, to come to games, conduct games, and then go on and then have the final maybe in Juba or whatever the best, place is that year. So to me, that would be the ideal, and that's a far kind of vision, but that would be a goal. That would be a goal of mine that I think we can achieve, or we can help whoever is capable of achieving it, or if they believe in that vision. But that's the only way I see the states and having a national tournament. Because if we don't do that, it's going to be a long time before all of us here are flying from week to week in different states just to watch basketball indoors. And also, why indoor is important is you wouldn't want to conduct a tournament in another state. You pay all the money for the teams to go, and then it's raining, or it's and the courts are not in good condition. So we got to think of those things in the future.
Then
Oh,
campaign,
sorry.
when is campaign?
Yeah, that to me, this is my first time. Last time they told me there was an election, I put my name and that was my campaigning. I don't know. I think this time, we're working with the ministry and everything. And I think when the time comes, I think we'll make it public also. Not only just, the ministry, but I think our federation will announce it. And, whoever wants to run for any position should be able to.
Okay, anyone else? Lino, Samir?
You guys are easy, man. I thought this was going to be worse than this, Especially you, Kelly. I thought. Is that it? Did we cover
All
everything?
There's one burning question for online viewers here.
Yes.
They're saying that, Mr. President, you stated that you have people with personal issues to review. As a president, how are you dealing with these people that are bringing their personalities into consideration affairs?
Yes. I think I've learned, like I said, I've learned a lot. People expect me to just be this mellow guy all the time. I grew up my whole life competing. I'm a basketball player. I'm learning as this goes on. But also, one thing that I do know, I never take anything personal or anything that can jeopardize this whole basketball thing that we are trying to build. I would never do that where I put it publicly or social media where I'm trying to jeopardize things. I think if you look at the situation and what took place, and I'll keep saying it, whether people eventually will believe me, but I made a decision as a leader that was for the nation. And I think I made a decision that's for the basketball community and it's for the nation. I just really didn't believe, and I still don't believe, that we would have moved forward after everything that took place. And I'm not making things up. Everything that I'm saying, I can back. Everything that I'm saying, FIBA has seen, and FIBA has the letters and approved it. So, all this stuff that being said, that I'm just, I just didn't like someone and I removed them. There's a reason why, and it didn't start as, a personal thing. It started as things that should not be taking place that were being made on behalf of the federation, and the direction was just not clear to me. Everybody in the office, we do have disagreement, everyone in my federation right now, but the one thing I would say, we all put the nation first, and I think every time we come together, the reason why we are getting results is because we are all in one page, and what matters at the end is, like we seen of South Sudan, winning and going to the Olympics. I think you got to also give credit for us to, be able to conduct all these, teams to go outside of. So it never stopped me from doing my work. I hope it never stopped those individuals from still doing their work within the basketball community. At the end of the day, people will come back and look at those things, but who kept working? You got to keep working. I think the only way that you can answer all these things is by showing what you're doing back for the basketball community. It's not by consistently trying to break down everything that we are achieving and taking it away from everybody. I think at the end of the day, we got to get back into realizing that this is something that we all have to enjoy. And we have to enjoy right now, because at some point you're going to realize it's not going to be promised that every year we go to the World Cup, or every year we go to AfroBasket, or we go to the Olympics every 4 years. This is something special, and I don't want it to be taken away because there's things towards me. So let's put that on the side and enjoy this journey to get there.
Yeah, there's another question. Last week, there was online information about term limits. And there was one person that was strongly commenting that according to FIBA law, the president of the federations is given only 4 years. And after that, the second shares and the second shares of their persons will not work again.
Yeah.
So can you clarify this comment? This one,
Yes.
A lot of people were like, we don't know FIBA rule, but as a president of the federation, how does FIBA work?
Yeah.
Do they have term limits for federation leaders?
No, it doesn't work like that. The country has a constitution, so it's on the constitution of the basketball, federation in the country. FIBA only, FIBA will work with the ministry for the ministry to approve who's the federation that's in charge and that's running. That's where FIBA comes in. FIBA would never come in and get involved and say, this guy cannot be this or cannot be this. What FIBA does is, instead of listening to altercation or arguments between individuals within different federations, like for example, I could tell you there was, in Nigeria, they had 2 different federations. Some people ran and some people ran, and both won somehow. What happens is FIBA will go straight to the ministry and says, which federation are we communicating with and talking to? So that's really how it works. But in terms of years and all that, it depends on the Constitution and the agreement that, the mandates that the ministry approves.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, what's your message to the rest of the people who have shown a lot of love about football? Because our people about basketball. Okay, sorry, yeah. About basketball, because I know there are some former colleagues of yours in the high school where you were with them in US. They always pose some question to me on my page, but I didn't respond to them. Yeah. What can you tell them? Because they still fell in love because of your leadership and they know how it is working to make a basketball progress in South Sudan.
To me, to be honest, this is unique. What to see what's happening is really unique. Like if you think about it, because of our fans, we started with playing a tournament in Kenya. And when we were trying to get out of Zone 5, I don't think anyone knew what's really going to happen. We took over the federation, and the goal was, to improve basketball somehow. with that first game, it told me a lot of our fans. I think, the passion, the coming together, singing the national anthem with, that much emotion. I think no one knew where it was leading to. And as we kept, moving forward, the support was so strong that our support starts increasing everywhere. I think in the beginning, there was a lot of people that didn't believe, or I think the basketball community always knew the potential, but I think the problem has always been internal issues. And I think when the national team came together and we started working together and more people started believing and paying attention, we started to draw, more of a family atmosphere in a community. Even, with all the things that are going on, I believe there's a lot of people that really believe in what we are doing. And there's a lot of people that we believe in what they're doing and they should be joining us. I think the bigger thing for the fans is to continue to kind of enjoy this. I think, this is not just basketball. I think for us, we found something that's so special. Not only is, bringing everybody together abroad, is bringing in a lot of different dialogue. If you think about it, being South Sudanese, there's a lot of conversation that a lot of times are not necessarily the conversation you want to involve yourself in. And right now, adding basketball into this and being number one in Africa and going to the Olympics, it creates different topics amongst us and amongst each other that only, kind of brings our pride out, allows us to brag a little bit in a different way. You know how good it feels to, to see South Sudanese talking about being number one and going to the Olympics. It's not arrogancy, it's just we never had it. So a lot of people don't understand those little things is how you build and change, the narrative. And I'm so happy that our fans are sticking and believing in us, and more and more people are joining in. And I think that when it's all said and done, we're not going to look back at the tournaments that we made. Like I said, we're going to look at how many kids, South Sudanese, that believe and want to play basketball and just sports in general. We should continue to support every sport the way we are doing it. We have the natural gift, and I think we should excel in a lot of sports, just not just basketball.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope that covers everything. I don't want to log on to my social media and hear all this
There's
stuff
one
again.
person also we're looking for. But you know who you are.
Send him the video.
Let him watch on
Right. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
I saw the post. I like you happy. Yeah. But if you pull down that one,
You want me to stand up?
Yesterday, he posted, I okay, come and take my
Not bad.
Samir, also come and get a guy.
Okay, so we're bringing down the progress, so you know
Yeah,
what to do.
no, there's nothing. You know the
She was sent by her to you, and I should come back this Friday.
Rasta, I want to take it. Juru kursi. Yeah, but. Good. Rasta.